diabetes is just a manifestation of obesity, then how come the normal weight people are getting diabetes just as fast? Problem number 3. So here's the most important thing, and many of you have seen this set of slides before, but it's the most important thing to explain, and Jeff actually had several slides to this point as well. This is a Venn diagram of the entire United States population, 240 million, 30% obese, BMI over 30, 70% normal weight, BMI under 30. Now, the standard mantra from the doctors and the dietitians and the Institute of Medicine and the Surgeon General and the National Institutes of Health and the White House and Congress and the food industry is the following. 80% of those obese individuals, 80% of those 30%, those 57 million people, they're sick. They're fat and they're sick. And they're sick because they're fat. And if they would only just diet and exercise, we'd solve this problem. That's what they say. Garbage. Total complete trash. Anybody know why? It's on the slide. Well, it is true, and Jeff mentioned it in his talk, it is true that 80% of 30% are metabolically ill. I don't argue that. That is absolutely true. But that means 20% of 30% are not. They are metabolically healthy. We have a name for them. MHO. Metabolically healthy obese. They'll live a completely normal life, die at a completely normal age, not cost the taxpayer a dime. They even have normal length telomeres. The ends of the chromosomes that determine how fast your cell dies, and that determines how fast you die. They are not bothering anybody, they're just fat. Conversely, and this is the important part, 40% of the normal weight population have the exact same diseases as do the obese. Normal weight people get type 2 diabetes, hypertension, lipid problems, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and dementia too. They get it at a lower weight, true, but if they get it, how can it be about behavior? This actually looks more like exposure. This looks more like what influenza does, or cholera, or for that matter, coronavirus. Okay? So, this can't be about behavior. This is about some exposure that everyone, including the normal weight people, are exposed to. And if you do the math, turns out there are more thin sick people, 67 million, than there are fat sick people, 57 million. But the thin sick people are calling the fat sick people the problem. And when you do the math on all of them, that's more than half the US population. And I guarantee you, no matter how bad coronavirus gets, it will not be half the US population. So, this is a bigger problem even than coronavirus, but that is now a national emergency. This is not. Figure. And I can prove it to you, and Jeff mentioned it as well. Okay, so here are two equally weighted people, okay? CT scans through the abdomen of two equally weighted people. One's healthy, one's sick. Which one's sick, A or B? B. B is sick because A, he's got metabolically healthy obesity. He's got big love handles. He's got subcutaneous or big butt fat. B, he's got fat all around his organs. He's got intra-abdominal fat. He's got visceral fat. He's got big belly fat. And we have a name for this. It's called, as Jeff said, TOFI. T-O-F-I, thin on the outside, fat on the inside, real medical term, 1,500 midline citations, go look it up.